The time is now. It's back to the rhymes. It's like, wow, he's back to the rhymes. I'm in the booth straight dropping dimes. Clark Kent daily plant the metropolis times. I write these raps while I'm under the gun. I see you back to get you some. A little bit of this and a little bit of that. Pure, raw, uncut rap. Back to the rhymes. Now's the time. Time to wind because it's back to the rhymes. Back to the rhymes. Now's the time. Time to wind because it's back to the rhymes. I don't catch that till I start this thing. Like last time when it shows all the action when we're doing this. All right. Let's break it down to the very last compound. YouTube channel. How are we doing? How am I doing? So, I guess the update is working with Joseph. Very available today. I was not. Be available next Sunday. That's our only day off. And so we're going to get together. And I'm talking to him further. And the plan is to we got to get an Instagram account, get a hashtag, and break off of there. So that's the plan. I think that's pretty much all for that. I think that's about all I would say. In addition, I'm promoting Battle Hymn of the Parents. So that's up to 13 views. I promoted it maybe 10 times. Got some reasonable feedback. It's, again, kind of based on who's receiving it. If they're interested enough to share it, I think it's almost comedy as much as anything. I think it's kind of funny. I laugh about it. Laugh with my daughter about it. The intro's got some funny parts to it. Trump's going to thump. An unstable connection. Well, I did plug in the power, hoping that would help. Trump's going to thump, I would say. So if I look at my last 30 days for videos, analytics, it's very fun to do. I've been doing that daily. I'm promoting daily, so it keeps that more interesting. If I wasn't promoting daily, I probably wouldn't check it daily. So everything's got a little bit of activity. It's not anything major, but it's not zero. So Trump's going to thump right now. Number one, over the last 30 days is a bed of bread. Number two is Trump's going to thump. And I'm not really promoting Trump's going to thump, but it's got some staying power, and I'm happy for that. It's not blowing up, and if it's the right person, I'll tell them about it or share it with them. Oh, by the way, with the Battle Hymn of the Parents, the last two people I've shared that with, oftentimes when I share it, it pops up a picture of the song. Hasn't happened the last two times I've shared it, so I'm going to have to talk to Noah and say, at least ask him if he knows why or what is up with that, because it's so much nicer to see that visual picture. Otherwise, you're just seeing a little link. If you have that visual, it shows YouTube, it shows the picture, the thumbnail, it shows the title. So much better. Why? Sometimes, why not? It's just frustrating. I did exactly the same. I'm certain. I hope I'm not, so I can fix it, but I'm certain I am. It's like, man, it looks so much better. Had that visual, and the title, so much better. So why would that stop? Nothing's more frustrating than that. Some arbitrary technology hiccup. Very frustrating. Okay. Number three. So your Trump's going to thump. I think that's about 429 views. That's coming along nicely. On to number three, merch. Never heard back from those folks at Dawn's. Didn't try to reach out to them anymore, but I'll work on it as time. I mean, I'm just freaking. My one day off, I'll get to it, but I'm in a suit. It's 12:50 in the morning. I'm in a suit. What do you want to say? What should I say? I got all this extra time. Should I say that? I can't say that. tired, I'm getting to my show, but I don't have all this extra time. I will tell you the goal is to build a time machine, and I can talk more about that, but I won't talk too much about it. But anyway, things happen at a snail's pace, it would seem, because that is what is available. So the merch is going to happen. If it fell in my lap, that'd be ideal. But as it is, I'm going to go get it. The things that happen are the things that fall in my lap. If I got to go get it, it really doesn't happen near as fast. That's why the things I share with you are things that someone's getting back to me, talking to me. I talk to them, they talk to me. That's how it moves. Because if you're expecting something from me, I'm going to have to be accountable and do it. But anything on this list is me pushing myself. So if someone's asking me for something or asking to do something, then I'm going to do it, because that's how I set my priorities, is their mutual interest and a willingness to help. So that's what's going on there. Rules of engagement. I want to say, and this is related to the YouTube video. So I had someone today about the goads, and nobody's in contact with them. So I did talk to my wife, and I think our next move, it's kind of a rules of engagement, because I could just post their stuff. I think, here's what I expect to happen. I expect to either fund myself or ask for my brother to support my efforts and help, or maybe do it if he's willing to do it. He might or might not be. It's not a ton of money, but it's a bit of money. And I probably have a little bit in my music account. It's really a labor of love, really. But it would be like my first opportunity to take, given the time, I could take any artist, and my plan is to take any artist I've ever known to have at least one good song. When I say good, I mean that's a jam, turn up the volume. And as long as they had at least 10 listenable songs, put their top 10 together in a list and put it out. Make the list, share it. That's my plan. That bucket list stuff. That's a life's work. I went through over the past few years before we moved here a number of CDs, and I got a lot of stuff. I didn't rank them 1 through 10, but I did rank jam or no jam. I ranked albums. I did a lot in that regard. So the goals would be the very first artists I would do this with, and to make a top 10, go through absolutely all their work, rank all their albums, not rank the albums. What I do is I have a ranking for the album, a scale of 1 to 20, and give it a number. I swear I had one, and I ended up having to discard it. I had nothing I could even listen to, but I'll probably reacquire it. And I'll probably just, if I get their collection, I'm just going to save it all, good, bad, the ugly. But that's the plan. And like I said, it's possible I won't be able to get a hold of anybody. I think I can get a hold of somebody. I'm just going to pursue it, but I can't kill myself. But I can make an effort. And so, but that would be the precedent for how I will do this going forward over the years, as far as ranking artists top 10. And I would do any artist as long as they had one good jam and 10 listable songs, and they all have to be on CD, no digital. If it's not a physical CD, I'm not ranking it. I'll be out of it. I'm not going to go into that. I don't want to. I can do, everything's been put on CD, like oldies and older stuff, so I can do anything. I can go back to record albums, everything. But going forward, if it's digital, I'm not going to live long enough. So that's not, maybe that could be my daughter, or somebody else wants to take that on with my help, or they could. Anyway, I'm just going to have to have some kind of limit there. But at least I'll have the system in place, and that's a big thing. Anyone else could do it too. I have the ranking system that, who knows, if you talk about rules of engagement, would I patent it, where they would want to use it, I don't know. But it'd be my original ranking system. And I think it's so much. One reason I have this ranking system, I find these rankings it all started with the source giving 4.5, 5 mics to Kanye West or any random. They didn't really listen to it. It's not time tested against the best ever. My ranking system is way better than anything I'm aware of. So, and I will start by using it with the goes. So that would be the plan. Not that I would publish the rankings of all their albums necessarily. Maybe I would. I had to think of how I would disseminate that information, but absolutely would have the top 10 on the playlist. And that's my goal, is to make their top 10, have a playlist, and that's the precedent for how I would move forward with other artists. You'll be glorified. No progress there. Hasn't been any conversation. Bellevue Ballers is what this is about. From building a time machine, networking, seeing people maybe I haven't seen. They don't really necessarily know me, but they're successful in our industry. We're wearing these masks. It's kind of like this. I'm making the most of it. And praise the Lord, my neck can handle it. Maybe I got psyched out and I just need some endorphins and some positive energy to get me to be able to wear it the whole time. And thank God I could. It is what it is. I'm just, it's not in my body, it's outside my body, right? So it's not ideal, but my neck handled it. I'm just thankful. So the huge news, the biggest news, and there's more news, but is my Reformation music video. If I wanted to, I could say it's officially done. I'm so thankful for Noah's help. I was going to talk about my most helpful. I'm going to maybe give that some thought. But yeah, I could easily go over this ever since this is almost through 2 seasons. And if I were to look at all these episodes and all this, it'd be easy to figure out who's talked about the most, who's the most helpful. I think Noah's for sure. For someone who's pro bono, a volunteer, I can't think anyone's been more helpful. I'm so thankful for his help. And it's not wearing them out, but man, like I said, I cannot get this stuff done at any short order. So I want to see if he does a little more in terms of, lining up my mouth moving with the lyrics, because I sent him my website. It has the lyrics for that song, so that should be a help. I believe he'll be able to work with that some. I had to get the thumb drive. I had to watch all the content again just to see if there's some stuff I have my heart set on getting in this video. I do know it can be better. I saw things I liked more than other things. But at the same time, it's the best it's ever been, and it's the closest it's ever been to being done. Now, if I say it's done, and I'd say to Theon, are you ready for a CD release party? I believe she's likely to say maybe, but I'm not meeting with people. And then the venue we had picked out, Concordia, the gym is probably closed off still to the public, and it will be till the end of time. I don't know. So I might have to go tarps and tents for the CD release party. We'll see. But at least that's there. I mean, what I had in place, and I had other pieces in place for a CD release party over time kind of disintegrated, right? Because, could you do this? You want to do that? Who wants to do this? I start assembling, and then it's like, all I got to do is have a music video. 3, 4, 5 years later, I got the video, and what has happened to all the people that were coming along, all my vendors, all my contributors. So we'll have to see. But one thing at a time, videos done, but we'll just see. I might make it so I have to at least watch the video maybe a couple more times and go through all my footage and just see if there's something else that we can't leave out. And I know one thing I want to include. It's where you're going along the water tower. It's a spoiler. It gets spoiled because I kind of wanted to keep it out of the beginning of the video, but looks so good in the intro that I have to leave it in. But one thing I wanted to do is to maybe, because when you have me walking along the perimeter of the water tower, you wouldn't necessarily know that's a round. It just looks like a cool effect. Like it could be a flat wall, I don't know, fisheye, some kind of lens, but it's the actual contour of the wall. It just looks so cool, you know. It's like a visual illusion, an optical illusion. You know why does this wall look like that? Oh, it's round, so it's cool. And I definitely want to get that in there somehow because it strikes me. So that's a little behind the scenes on what I'm working on with that video. And now music. So if I talk about what Joseph wants to do, so I talked to Bo about producing. He's fine. I talked to another fellow. His name's Taylor. He knows people too, but they're at a distance. Bo's local. So I want to start with that. And we're just and I talked to Joseph, and I'm like, okay, content. And of course, my Reformation music videos content, but he might be in the situation he wants to create all the visuals, so that's fine. If we start from scratch, we're going to have a single for And Now Back to the Rhymes, the actual theme song for this here. And hopefully you can tell me how I can connect that. Is there a way to connect a 30-second theme song at the beginning of the live stream? Is that even possible? So maybe he knows a lot. I promise you that, way more than I know and probably will ever know. So we'll see. So that's the deal with that. So when I meet him next Sunday, I'll be able to, actually, we might be doing a show together. That's my hope. That'll be cool. So I'm really hopeful for that. I should pay attention to the calendar. So this Sunday was the 19th. Next Sunday is the 26th. The following Sunday is the 3rd. And then the following Sunday, I'll be with my wife in Las Vegas. So I'll be doing my show from Las Vegas on the 10th. Maybe I have a cool background or something. So we'll see. So I also want to say a big thank you to Christian out there. That's chocolaty, supporting my efforts, picking up a CD for number 9 School Us. So I need to give him change. Much love there. Much good vibes. I mean, I talked to another fellow who could work for the post office, and he's known Christian for a number of years. His name's John, and he freestyles. And so I want to talk to John about freestyling. So lots of stuff going on, you know, lots of things to be done, lots of things can be done, and it's just who wants to do what. Because I did John want to freestyle on the And Now Back to the Rhyme. Shall we do it? And then maybe I can get in on it, you know, learn the craft a little bit, practice. I've never had anyone really that I've hung around doing it. So it'd be nice to have someone hanging around to, you know, to do it with. So that would be the plan at some point. But anyway, album sale, I'm thankful, and that's it. Going back to Bellevue Ballers, I did get a comment. So I made a comment. I don't know if someone could even find that. I made a comment on one of the videos where they're disparaging the Bellevue Ballers. I won't get too detailed, but I just said in my comment, I said, I have a dead-end job that you know, does a great job of doing what a job hopefully will do, and that's pay the bills, keep a roof over my head, that kind of thing. But there's really no huge, you know, I'm a big dreamer. I'm a big idea person. Is that all there is? What else can I do? And so, you know, I guess a few people have given a thumbs up to my comment. That's cool. But someone replied, sell on eBay. You know, my question just was, do you know, or do you personally know? Do you personally know someone that sells on eBay? So dialogue. Hey, I like ideas. Tell me what's out there. But I know what trading time for dollars is. I'm not confused. And so I'm interested in building a time machine. Why? Well, I don't have a lot of time. If I had more time, I could contribute more. If I'm very limited on time, my contribution is minimal. So time is where it's at, right? To make impact. So I need an opportunity to create time, but I can't even work on the project that I'm working on to create time without even a little more time. Maybe I do have to give up more sleep. I'm already, I overslept on Saturday, never done that, and was late for work. So freaking tired. Anyway, I'm gonna get back to the rhymes. I want to get this song done because I am thankful. When I deliver mail, I come up with all kinds of ideas, and this week was a great week. I didn't have to write these down. I thought I might have to, but I have the next two songs already planned out. One is kind of similar to another song I had talked to Alex about doing, my friend that does rock and roll more. And I did talk to him about getting connected with Don, who's a rock and roller about Christian music. So try to get those guys connected. I need to send a text, etc. That's on the list. They might have to go on the hand if I go too far without texting them. As a matter of fact, I better do that. I'm just going to put DL because I need a text on Alex's behalf and see if they can get together. And I'd like to be a part of that. So I got two more songs after this, ready to roll, and they should be good. But one was similar to the one I had in mind because Alex was talking about he wanted to, he'd have an idea. I'd start working on it, and then we wouldn't talk about it, so we wouldn't do it. But that's fine. I'm ready. If someone wants to do something, I'm ready. If they pull back, I'll make the adjustment. All right. Here we go. Oh, I'm going to have to rewrite this because I cannot read this. Okay, I apologize, but this is causing me more stress. Or maybe I can rewrite it next to it. Okay. Ain't enough to get me over. It's enough to keep me going. Rolling hills up ahead, up and down is how I'm growing. And these times I keep in mind the gifts and talents I've been given. Though not clear, I use my ear to help make moves and make a living. Though not enough to get me over, still enough to keep me going. The love I feel is for real. That's what shows that I'm knowing it. Worth my time in these dimes ain't for nothing. And it's showing an appreciation for that love. And I commit to keep it rolling. It's enough. Oh, it's enough. That's right. Wow, I executed that. Okay, I don't have to rewrite it. Ain't enough to get me over, it's enough to keep me going. So now I need to have another little, that's so short. It happens so fast. I was thinking I was only going to have two verses, but there's no way. That's just going too fast. So, and like I said, I have my two, but I have them in my head. So I was thinking I want to hurry up and get through this so I get onto those, but I that's not going to work. It's too fast. Ain't enough to get me over. It's enough to keep me going. I think I better do a rhyme with Goldman. He said no one right here. Showing right here. Rolling and rolling. Oh, God. Okay. Well, you have to do something else. Ain't enough to get me over. This will be another challenge. All right, I do need it to run with going. Ain't enough to get me over. That's enough to keep me going. Ain't enough to get me over. It's enough to keep me going. To work through that as it flows. To work through that as it flows. To work through the ebbs and flows. That this life just keeps on throwing. Okay. So I'm free to write something else here. And these times I keep in mind and get some talents I've been given. Don't let clear out, use my ear and not make moves and make a living. And so I'll just make up a whole nother line here. Enough to keep me going. It's enough to keep me going. To work through the ebbs and flows that this life. Working through the ebbs and flows that this life keeps. Working through the ebbs and flows that this life keeps on throwing. Ain't enough to give me over. It's enough to keep me going. Working through the ebbs and flows that this life keeps on throwing. Stay in this year, in this year 21. Staying here in this year 20. Sitting here in this year 21 is sitting here in this year 21 gonna get me some. Got it. 21 gonna get me some. More traction. No relaxing. Grow the whole. And get it. Get it done. Good place to end.